Hello everyone, my name is Sunny Sial and I write books. So this video is just going to be about why motivation ruins consistency. So I'm going to talk about my experiences and what I've observed over the years about motivation and consistency, and I'm going to say why motivation is a trap and why consistency beats motivation every single time. So I was very lazy back then. I was not disciplined. I used to write a paragraph in like 3 months because I waited for motivation. I thought that there might be a moment, like suddenly it will come like a dream, and I'm gonna like write a whole book. But it never happened because I was waiting for a cinematic kind of scene happening in my life, but that doesn't happen. And the moment you take motivation seriously, and the moment you take motivation as like the first thing, the first priority, consistency vanishes. And consistency is not something that you cannot learn or that you can become more consistent. It's not like that. You can always become more consistent. You can always be more productive, and you can always be more disciplined. It's just, how do you become more consistent? With writing every single day or doing something else every single day. That it's not just about writing, it's about every single thing. And I'm just saying it because I write. So I'm just gonna take the topic on that area only. But it also applies to a lot of different things, to everything basically. But the moment you get up, sit down, like that doesn't make any sense, but you sit down, like, and just write every single day, even if it's for like 10 minutes, just getting all of these ideas from from everything that you've experienced throughout the day, or just observed, getting it out on a piece of paper, writing it down, that'll help a lot. And that is consistency. Every single day you come and do the same thing, and it will be boring. I'm going to tell you that it will be boring. And you might think, okay, this is very boring. People are doing a lot of more fun stuff, but eventually it will be worth it. It will be worth it, because right now, like, I've been writing for like 6 months and I'm being very consistent with it. Like, I've been writing for years now, but in the past 6 months, I've been really consistent with it. I'm writing every single day. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood, I'm very tired, but I still sit down and write, even if it's just for 10 minutes, And that has helped me so much because it has made me build this habit. It built this habit of like writing every single day. And it has not only made me be consistent at writing, but also on other things. For example, gym. I've been really consistent with gym now. Or for example, with one subject that I'm really not really good at is maths. And it's been like probably 2 months now where I'm like coming home and doing 15 tasks for maths every single day, math kind of tasks. And now it has become a habit for me, and I do it every single day, even if I don't want to, even if I'm tired, even if I don't want to, but I still do it because it has become a habit for me. I'm like being consistent in it. And honestly it will help me in the run kind of thing, because people will stop after the math. People will stop learning after the maths exam, but you're the only one who's like still learning, and that just shows the discipline and the consistency that you have, and you're going to be more prepared for the next exam than those people who have stopped learning after the last exam. So consistency is like that. It's been times where I finished one book and then I stopped writing. I took a break for probably, I thought, okay, it's going to be 1 month. And then it turned out to be 6 months or something, because I was not consistent enough. And I'm writing a book right now. I know that I will write even after I've published this book. Write about anything. It doesn't have to be about the book. It just have to be like kind of a practice, because you will forget writing eventually if you don't write for a while. And I've experienced it myself. I don't know if it's like that for the other writers as well, but it's just, for me, it's like that. If I don't write for a while, I will eventually forget it, and it will be hard for me to continue writing or just start a new book. So yeah, I'm just trying to be very consistent with it, and every time that I've waited for motivation, it has made it a lot harder for me to start something new. And I will just be very frustrated, because I think I was a lot more productive while writing my last book, and right now I'm just not doing anything. And I really burned, it was because of the fact that I was burned out, but that is why you don't have to write 3 hours a day. You just have to write for that much hours or for that much minutes, as if you just have to write to get all of these ideas out. That's it. Sometimes it can be hours, sometimes it can be just 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 20 minutes. And for me, on the days where I just have had a lot of school and I was, I'm very tired, it just takes me 10 minutes to get all of the ideas that I've collected throughout the day out. So it just have to be very consistent with it, because it will help you not only in writing but in a lot of other things as well. And motivation, waiting for it, is just very stupid, because you're waiting for a cinematic moment to happen in your life, which won't happen. You are only sitting there, or not even you're thinking about the perfect moment to come. But if you don't take the action, how will it come? A lot of people say that great ideas come in the most random places. It is true, but most of my good ideas came when I just sat down and just was writing. So it was mostly about the action that I took. I wanted to make this video very short, but it just, whenever I start talking, I really get lost, and just lose time. But I hope this helped. I don't know if I really explained it in a way where you can really understand it, or where you can really relate to it, but I just tried my best to give you the perfect, not the perfect one, but just examples that will, hopefully help you. But yeah, I just think that One thing else, if you wait for motivation for a very long time, your time will run out. Like, it won't really run out, but it's like your time is wasted. Even if you could, like, that time you could use to write something, basically. Just improve your writing. It doesn't have to be a book, it just has to be something that will improve your writing. And that time you just used to waiting for motivation. And that's like a mistake that a lot of people do. And it's completely fine to experience it yourself, and then you'll like understand more. You'll get to see both those sides. But I'm going to tell you, inspire like getting inspired is something else than motivation. It's completely something else, because getting inspired, you're going to have like this, it's kind of a mix of consistency and motivation. It's kind of, you get inspired by a movie, for example, and then you come home, you sit down and just write. Or you get inspired by a book. It's one of my favorite books. And you sit down and you just try to kind of bring your own thoughts into it, and it will help. But waiting for motivation is like you're waiting for a perfect moment to happen without taking any action for it, which is very dangerous if you think about it in the long term. So, one thing I'm going to tell you, I'm like, whatever I'm telling you, I'm telling myself as well. So I'm learning as well. It's not like I'm, being 100% consistent. It's not like that. I'm at least being 70% consistent. But consistency is worth it. It really is. So yeah, I hope it really helped you. I hope it helped you, and I will try to make these videos more educational and shorter, and also form my words better for you to understand. But yeah, bye.